So hi, today I'm going to tell you about my latest Laravel package called laravel-crud. And basically if you don't know what CRUD is, it helps you to create, read, update and delete your records. And this package will help you create a UI for your database tables very quickly. So what happens, when you run this command, this is an artisan command. So when you run this command, it will create 4 views for you. And so using this, you can quickly list the items in your table. You will be able to update them, and it will automatically make something like this for your tables. So you will be able to search the table. You will be able to list the records, and you will be able to create a new record and update or delete. And this is all done through just one command. And there are a lot of CRUD generators for generating the CRUD for your tables, but the difference is that this plugin even understands the parent-child relationship. This is very useful. Let's say that you want to create a support desk, and in your support desk you have customers, and a customer has ticket, and a ticket has replies, right? So the hierarchies, the top table is your customer table, under which you have the tickets, and under that you have your replies. So generally all the CRUD generators that I tried, they only create CRUD for the customers table separately and for the tickets table, but there's no way for them to interlink the parent table to the child table, which is generally the case. Instead of going through the documentation, what I'll do is I'll create a sample project in front of your eyes, and this way it will be much easier to explain how the generator works. So for that, we'll start with a new project. What we'll do is we'll create a support desk. So it's a support ticketing system, and you'll see that how easily and quickly you will be able to create that using this plugin. I'll just create a new Laravel project called support desk, and our new project has been created, and I'll just add Laravel UI authentication to this project. So I've just installed the Laravel UI which we need for the authentication, and after this I will just install my plugin into this new project. This is a completely new project. I haven't done anything on this yet, so I'll just add the plugin now. And we have successfully installed the plugin. Now let's start PHP Storm, and we'll continue from there. Okay, I've just added the Laravel UI, and I'll create a test user quickly. Okay, done. So I'll just log in with the test user. So far I haven't done anything apart from just setting up a new project and creating a user. That's all I have done. So now let's start with the project. So what we'll do first, what we'll do is we'll create some tables, and the first thing you need to do before you can generate the CRUD is to create and migrate your database tables, because using the columns in your table, this is how the CRUD plugin will know what forms to create and how the fields are mapped to each other. So first we'll create like a few tables for our support desk. So for that we'll use the artisan command, and we'll make some migration. So we'll say create, let's say first would be the customers table, and after that, let's say we'll have tickets inside customers. So we create the tickets table. I'm doing nothing. I'm just creating tables using the artisan command, and finally we'll have replies inside each ticket. So we'll create the replies table, and then I'll go back to PHP Storm, and I can see it has created the migrations. Here are the customers tables. So we'll not do anything. We'll just say that the customer would belong to a user ID. So we'll say user ID, and we'll say the customer name and the customer email. And inside the tickets table, this will also be under a user ID. So first we'll say a user ID, then we'll say customer ID, then a ticket will have a title, and let's say the ticket it will have a status, so we can say a status, and that's all. And finally a replies table. So what we'll say is we don't have to put a user ID on this. We'll just say and we'll say and we'll also have this like who replied. Is it the admin or the agent? So this will be that, and I think that's all. So now let's migrate the table. I'll just increase the font so you can see. I've just created a few tables. I've done nothing else. And now we'll do the database migration. So our tables have been created. And now what we'll do is we'll use the CRUD generator to create the views and the controller views and everything. So for that, the command is artisan CRUD generate, and you have a lot of options. This is explained in the documentation. Basically, you can choose which framework you want, like Bootstrap or Tailwind. This is the route prefix. So for our purposes, we'll just use the default routes, but you can like add a admin or some sort of prefix. And this is the layout that you want. I'll give you a demo of this shortly. Let's first generate the CRUD for the customers table. So what you have to do is just write artisan CRUD generate customers. And as you can see, it has generated the controller, it has generated the model, it has also generated a policy file, and it has generated a route, and it has also generated 4 different views, including a layout. So first we have to include these routes in our in the Laravel's routing file. So for that, we'll go to routes, web.php, and you can see this file which was generated is sitting here. But what you can do is you can either include this file like this, or what you can do is you can just use the CRUD facade, and you can just say CRUD and routes. So this will automatically include all the files which are residing in this directly. And then let's go to our website and see if the route has been created. And sure enough, we see that our this is the listing part. This is the index file which was created automatically by the CRUD generator. And if you go into app HTTP controllers, you'll see that a customer controller was created, and it has the authorization part here. This route is only accessible by the user ID which to which this customer belongs, and this has created a index function, and it has also has a small placeholder for search. And these are the methods which have been created, like index, create, and these are the views. So these are the views which were created. So you can see this is we chose by default, it makes views using Bootstrap. So these views were created using Bootstrap, and it has also created the stores, and some validations are also there, like in the table we had name and email, so it has created some validation. You can always improve, like this can be required email, and it has also created the redirections for that. So let's go back to our site and let's create a new customer. So let's say I'll just use my our customer has been created, and for this we have this show route, and these breadcrumbs are also automatically generated for the customer. We can even edit this, so I can change the name like this, and we can even delete it. Actually, one thing I'd like to show you is in this customers table, let's say that we enable soft deletes. Okay, so now if I go back and if I do run the migrations again, and if I if I create this table again, so what happens is this time it will also use the soft deletes with it. It will enable the soft deletes. I'll show you how it works. And it has also created a model for this. So it has made the fillable fields. It has assigned the table, and it also knows, because that customer tables has a ticket ID. So it knows that there are many tickets for this customer, but the model for this is not created yet. That I'll show you how to do. And we also have this policy files which checks that if there's a user ID, then the customer ID and the user ID should be the same. And now what we'll do is I'll go back to the site. Our customer has been deleted because we ran the migration, so I'll just create it again. A customer is there, and that what I wanted to show you with the soft deletes is, like, if you delete this customer, right now there are no customers, but since it was not deleted, it's still there. So if I append this trash equal to 1, now I have the option to restore this customer or purge it completely. So I'll just use this restore button, and this customer is now back. Now what we want to do is we want to create a tickets CRUD under this customer's CRUD, but we only want to show the tickets for each customer. We don't want to show all the tickets. So for that, what we'll do is, instead of we'll run the same command, but instead of saying generate tickets, what we'll do is we'll do customers dot tickets. So it means that we want to generate tickets is the child of the customers. So when I do that, so now what you'll see is that let's say this is the customer, and if I go here and if I append tickets, right? So now it is showing the tickets for this customer. This is the functionality which is missing in most CRUD generators, which I really wanted to implement in mine. And now if I create a ticket for this customer, let's say ticket number 1. And you can see like we have this enum field, so it has already it has created a drop down based on that. So let's say it's an open ticket, and we'll create a ticket. So this ticket only belongs to this customer. Okay, so this is something which is missing in a lot of CRUD generators. And like I'll show you why this is important. If I were to, instead of doing this, if I had done this, instead of saying customers dot tickets, if I had just said tickets, so it will also generate CRUD for that, but the difference is that the tickets will be the tickets will be for everyone, right? And when you do that, then it adds a customer field. So this is like a different sort of view in which the customer is still linked, but like say you want to show the tickets for all the customers, right? So for that you would generate a route like this in which the customers is automatically created, and now when you create a new ticket, the first thing it will ask you is to select a customer. So it automatically knows that this when you are using a route like this, you would need a customer for that. But if you when you go through this, and then when you create a ticket, there's no customer drop down this time, because it automatically knows that this is for the customer number one. For the tickets, we will also need some replies. So just like before, what we'll go back again, and we'll create customer, ticket, and replies, because we want the replies to be under tickets, which is under customers, and then we'll hit enter. And this has all it, and it has created this controller with these models, and it has also created a policy for that. So the policy, I'll tell you why it's important, is like, say we have two users, right? Let's say I have one more user, so let's say user 2. Okay, and now I go to the customers tab again. So this user doesn't have any customers, right? I just create a new customer. Say this second customer has tickets, right? And if I create a new ticket, and inside the ticket we have the replies, so I'll just go here, and if same thing happens, like if I create a new reply, and if I try to access the first ticket, so again it shows that this is unauthorized because of the policy file. There are multiple checks for that. So if you go to customer ticket reply, so you'll see that there are two more authorization fields, and you can even see it here using the debug bar. So as you can see, we have three gates, which is one for the reply, one for the customer, and one for the ticket. So it makes sure that like this one failed. So this is why we were seeing this error. So this is all done for you. Don't have to make sure like how the user access is controlled. If there is a user ID field in your table, then it will be automatically, it will create gates for you. Okay, I'll go back to my main user. So you can see like we have been able to create this hierarchy, and inside like I'll just create a reply, and I'll create one more reply, and this will be by the agent. Okay. And what you can do is like this is like a default table view, and it is fully responsive. If I turn on the developers tool, you'll see that this table has automatic collapsed into these card type of things. So even the mobile view will work just fine. And there are multiple ways in which you can show this. So let's say for the tickets, I want to show this in say a cards view. Okay. So when I do like this, and now you will see that our replies, instead of a table, they have turned into these cards with drop downs. So it's the same thing, but it's just the view. And you can there's even one more called chat. You can either use index or just say I, and then you can say chat. And if you go, our replies have turned into like this. So this is a really cool feature. You don't have to do anything extra. It's all done for you. So we can even do the same for the tickets. Like if I want, I'll make my tickets into cards. And so we have three different layouts. Like I'll just create one more ticket. And now the customers, they are like this table. And inside the customers, the tickets will be like this, using like this. And the replies will be in that with the third different format. Oh, I'm sorry. And this will be like in this format. And this is just the starting point. So of course, like this is you'll have to write some code that when somebody puts a reply, then you'll have to send out a mail or something like that. It just makes the CRUD for you. And there's this small inbuilt search. So let's say I have this ticket, say, which says hello. say. Then if I go here and if I type hello, then it will automatically give me the search results. And I have already shown you that it does like if I delete this customer. So if you add this like here, so it will automatically give you the options to undo this. And the remaining is that if you well, let's say you want to, instead of show, you want to link this to tickets. So what you will do is you will go here and you go to the customer controller, and you will just go and you will just modify this customers.index views. So instead of like this, and all the routing is done through these Laravel routes. So this way, this makes it very easy. There are no hard-coded routes. And let's say I want to show this to customers. So I'll just say customers tickets.show. Then that's all. I'm sorry, customers ticket.index. And then I'll go back, and now if I click this button, it will show me the tickets for this customer, and I can do the same for the other one also. So like I'll go to this customer ticket controller, and here I can say customer ticket replies dot index, and I'll change this to replies. If I go, it will show me the reply. If you were to do this, you can see like within 5 minutes, I have like a basic interface for a support desk which has the customers, the tickets, and one more thing before I go, we can also create this separate route for the tickets. So I'll just say generate tickets. So we'll just say ticket.replies, and we'll just use chat for that. So it has now created a separate route. So I can just like go ticket one replies, and it's the same like before, but this time it is through the ticket interface, not through the customer interface, but the functionality is the same. So that's it. I hope that this plugin will help you save time. If you, this is the first version for it, and it's an alpha release, so please use this only on new projects and for testing for now. And if you have any comments or suggestions, please let me know. Okay, thank you. Bye.